As Randy Meeks once said, everyone's a suspect! Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to another Ticket Tuesday. It's Runtime HD here. Okay? We just watched Death on the Nile. And it's actually a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express, which unfortunately I haven't seen yet, which I probably should have before seeing this movie, but I don't care. But I'll explain more about why this movie was good or enjoyable, and I'll explain more when we get to the house. So, I'll see you back at the house, and have a nice day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Simon Doyle.
You must meet Hercule Poirot.
My congratulations, madame.
Merci.
Well, he's only the greatest detective alive.
He accuses everyone of murder.
It is a problem, I admit. Someone else is dead.
You lie in my face! Lock the doors!
The murderer is here. And will stay here.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. Today, we watched Death on the Nile, the sequel to Murder on the Orient Express, which, unfortunately, if you've seen the intro, I haven't seen yet. It's based on a book by Agatha Christie, which I didn't know before the filming of this video, but it was based off a book, and it's a murder mystery film, which we don't get that often these days, which, it's good, though. It's good. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought this movie was enjoyable, and the reason for that is that I think it's just a really strong, mystery, Like Randy Meeks once said, everyone's a suspect. The first half of the movie is really, slow-paced. It just kind of goes a little slowly because you got to develop the characters. You got to get, what some people's motives could be, some red herrings here and there. But in the second half, it goes, into full gear after the death of several characters, which is where it really gets going, which I like. I like how it really gets going at the end of the movie. Well, the last, the last segment, the last half, the other half, which I think is much more fast-paced. But that doesn't mean that the first half was any bad. It's just that it was, I liked the first half quite a bit, but I don't think it was, as I said, it's not bad. It's just the second half really is the more memorable parts, because the deaths, the clues, the interrogations, all the cool shit, I appreciate the first half, because if it was just the second half all the way through the movie, then it would just get kind of stale, I would feel, You want the character development, all that stuff. So, yeah.
I thought the first half was, really boring, actually. But then all of that boring stuff really pays off later during the investigation.
Because that's why I appreciated the first half.
Yeah. But the whole first half, I was like, oh my god, what a snooze fest. But then all that stuff became important. But then all that stuff became important.
It did, because you should pay attention. You pay attention to the movie, to the first half, like I did. You get all the clues that are laid and are important in the second half. Pay attention to murder mystery movies. They're very important for the development of the mystery. In the first half of the movie, gives every character a motive. As Randy Meeks once said, everyone's a suspect! It's true, though. Everyone's a suspect. I think pretty much every character is given a motive in that first half, so you don't know who it's gonna be. Well, you kinda do, but then again, you don't know exactly, It adds to the big build-up to the end of the movie. Also, I thought the ending was really good, and I thought the murderer's plot, not their plot, but their plan was actually pretty in-depth, and I actually predicted that it was, I'm not going to spoil who it is, because I feel like you should watch this movie, but I feel like the person who's the killer, their plan was very in-depth, but not too in-depth where it wasn't believable, you could believe that this person could do such a thing to get their goal, to get to it, which I mean, I liked the ending reveal. I liked the reveal, and I actually kind of, like, called it. I kind of called it, not, like, out loud because I was in the theater, but I was, like, in my head. I was like, it could be this character, but I don't know. But I'm calling it. And at the end of the movie, I'm like, fucking called it. I didn't do that in the theater, though. That would have been annoying. A standout scene. I'm not going to say one of the characters that died, but this character that died, their death was really cool. And the fact that, like, it was... I actually think the first 2 deaths of the movie, like, all the deaths in the movie, I think were a pretty big shock. Because you didn't know who was going to... who was gonna die and how, and it just, like, happens out of nowhere. There's no, like, build up to it, just like that, like the character's dead, which I think is a pretty good subversion of expectations. Because usually, you know how in, like, some movies you have, like, the, like if somebody shoots someone, they, like, reach for a gun, or, like, you hear the priming of a gun handle. You don't even hear that in some of the death scenes of this. You just, like, hear just a gunshot and they're dead, which I think is actually a pretty good way of doing it. But I think all the deaths were actually pretty notable for me because they were a shock. All of them were pretty shocking, which I like. Especially in a murder mystery movie, the deaths should be a shock, even though you probably see a killing, a murder coming, you don't know who. So that's the thing. I don't know. So guys, you know, I actually really enjoyed this movie, and since I enjoyed this movie, I think I'm going to watch Murder on the Orient Express, which are actually the books that these movies are based on. There's, with the detective in it, there's like 34 of them from what I remember that I read about. There's 34 of these novels, so I would want actually to see more of these movies adapt the books that this detective was in. But what do you guys think? Would you want to see more movies with the detective? Leave it down in the comments. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys, you know? Have you seen these movies? Have you seen the two movies? Do you want to see more? My rating, I think I give it a 8. 8 out of 10. I just give it an 8 out of 10. I thought the cinematography was good, the acting was good, the writing was good. I just thought it was all it wasn't perfect, but I thought it was all solid. It was well written, it was suspenseful, nerve-wracking. It kept me, like, on my, like, at the edge of my seat, like, who is that person the killer? Is that person the killer? Is that dude the killer? That girl the killer? Is that the killer? This guy? That guy? This dude? That boy? That man? That guy? Everyone's a suspect! A wise Scream character once told me, everyone's a suspect! You know, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, actually, what I meant to say was, I hope you hated this video. Unsubscribe, dislike, tell me how much you hate me in the comments. Off. I want more murder mystery movies. I think we need them. I just need more of them. They're good, so could use them. Oh, fuck you! You said you would edit it together. You
Keep going. Say the whole thing again. I'll edit the best parts.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I am Ronin Time HD here, and you know, yeah, I just watched. What the fuck? Oh fuck yeah.